What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 13 battles with live commentary. Today we are continuing to use this Volcanion team built by Clover. Had a lot of fun using it yesterday, and I'm really excited to continue playing some games with it today. So looking at my opponent's first team, it is Zacian, Yveltal, Kyogre, Groudon, Calyrex, and Whimsicott. So right off the bat, I really like Grimmsnarl here. I think we need some of those screen support in order to help deal with the threats that my opponent is going to bring. That being said, I don't really know what a good partner for it is. I'm tempted to bring Lunala to try and get a Trick Room mode going. I think that might be our best bet. And then having a Zacian as well as probably a Groudon in the back. I could bring Volcanion here. I'm going to bring Volcanion. I think it just gives us a solid option. So I think the main plan here is going to be screen and Trick Room and kind of pray. But as we're kind of getting into this, also definitely please make sure to subscribe if you haven't. We're really working our way towards 1 billion subscribers. And I know that if everyone that's watching this video that isn't already subscribes, we definitely will hit 1 billion. So it's not a big ask. It's just clicking a button. And yeah, it's just I'm just trying to kill time before my opponent locks in. And it looks like, okay, so we're good to go. They didn't time out. That always, that always gives you some useful information, right? Of knowing right off the bat what your opponent is going to use. So let's kind of hop right into this and see what to expect. Like I said, I'm hoping that we can set up a screen and then go for a Trick Room for sort of like a Whimsicott and something lead versus Lunala and Grimmsnarl. As we're going to see, not what I expected at all. We are going to see a Zacian as well as a Yveltal. So this is very bad. This is very bad. I'm gonna set up a light screen and I'm gonna go for a Meteor Beam onto this Yveltal. I don't expect us to get it, but what I'm thinking, right, is it's so obvious to double up into Yveltal. You might like switch out. You could just like KO the Grimmsnarl. So this is really bad for us. For lack of better words, like we probably are not getting out of this. Our only hope is if you double up the Grimmsnarl, which you don't need to because just a Behemoth Blade will get a knockout. Okay, so this is actually okay. This is interesting, right? We should see the Behemoth Blade. This should go into Grimmsnarl, and what I'm hoping for, right, is if we get the knockout with Lunala onto this Yveltal, we're in a pretty good spot. That is sort of my only hope. We're going to see a Dark Pulse, right? Going to go into the Lunala. Thanks to that Shadow Shield, we still almost get knocked out. Remember that this is with a light screen up. We're going to get the Meteor Beam off. We can no longer max the Lunala, which, makes me upset because I really wanted to max the Lunala. But we will be able to at least get a big hit into it as long as we connect, right? If this gets the knockout, I feel like we do have a chance of coming back after that horrible turn 1. Perfect. We are going to get a knockout onto the Yveltal. And so now what we can do, right, is we can bring out our Zacian. They're most likely going to have a Calyrex in the back. And I think if that's the case, we just auto lose. We cannot beat a Calyrex, right? It's just going to be able to put on too much damage. And they'll get the boost for an incoming. Yeah, they'll get enough boosts for the incoming Volcanion in the back. And we really cannot stop that double up. So really, like I said, hoping that they do not have, what's it called? They do not have a Calyrex. Obviously, if they do, we lose. We're going to see the Groudon. Okay, so this is still a game. This is definitely still a game for us. We are going to, okay, let's think about this. Volcanion, I'm confident in Volcanion's ability. Am I confident in Volcanion's ability? Not really. We're going to go for, oh, I have a Solar Blade. I'm going to double up the Groudon. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm hoping that you go for a Behemoth Blade into my Zacian. Because if we outspeed the Groudon, we're going to see just the straight blade. I'm hoping, like I said, it goes into my, okay, it's going to go into the Lunala, right? The single target Precipice Blade is going to be enough for a knockout. So we are looking like this is pretty dire. Just, a result of bad leads. I think that definitely was on me. I mean, I don't think it was on me. I think my opponent just capitalized on a situation and was able to, find the best option, as they will go for a Fire Punch. Not quite enough for a knockout, but they are the faster of the two Zacians, which, is really working out for them. I'm shocked that we took so much from the Yveltal, even with that Shadow Shield up. So that, is always unfortunate. Okay, so our play here is the very obvious Protect, as well as going for a Max Flare onto this Zacian. Yeah, okay, we do that. If we KO the Zacian, we can KO the Groudon the subsequent turn. They most likely are just going to Max and Quake into my Zacian, so that's not going to matter. So like there is a theoretical chance. It's not good. If my opponent had just brought out Calyrex, like we would have just lost on the spot. Okay, so we're gonna max. So either they're not maxing, which is good for us, or we're faster, which is good for us. So overall, some solid options, right? We can potentially knock out their Groudon the subsequent turn with another Behemoth Blade. So we just need to survive this turn with our Volcanion, hoping for that double HP buff to really come in clutch. As we will see, our Zacian going for Protect, which means no Protect from their Zacian, which is huge for us, as we will see their Groudon going for Protect, right? That's going to be great, especially if they attack into our perfect. They're going to attack into our Zacian, and this sets us up for just an incredible position, right? We are going to fire off a Flare. There should be more than enough to KO this Zacian, which it is. So we are, we're back in this game. We also do have a light screen up, which I know it did not do much versus that Yveltal. I mean, versus that Yveltal, but it still is existing. So that is definitely something we have going for us. My opponent's last is going to be that Kyogre. So this is really huge for us, right? Volcanion having that Water Absorb, being able to have a positive matchup into the Kyogre. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Behemoth Blade onto this Groudon that just went for a Protect, as well as go for a Max Quake onto this Kyogre, just trying to get some special defense boosts. The thing, right, is if we can have, we're going to see something max, and I'm assuming it's going to be if it's the Kyogre, we're in, let's see, if it's, okay, it's going to be the Whale. It makes a lot of sense, right? We're probably going to lose our Zacian this turn, but we hopefully are in a position, right, where they cannot do that much damage into Volcanion with their Kyogre, especially if we can get +2 to special defense, as we will be able to fire off a big blade onto this Groudon, just trying to do a little bit more damage. And then, yeah, that's going to be enough for the knockout. And so the big question now is, what is this Kyogre going to go for, right? We do have access to Water Absorb, but we should see, okay, it's going to be a Lightning into the Volcanion. So this is, this gives us a chance, right? Because now what we can do is we have a chance, right? We can go for the Solar Blade, which I am very tempted for, right? Like we can go for a Protect. We can Protect with our Zacian, go for a Max Flare, and then go for a Solar Blade, which they cannot stop if we get, right? Because of the fact that we will go second. We should definitely be able to take another hit. So we're going to go for that. We're going to say, hey, we're going to go for a Protect here. We should be able to survive a hit, I'm hoping, with the special defense boost. And I'm going to fire off a Max Flare onto this Kyogre, just saying, hey, we're going to use that Solar Blade to our advantage. It is like a little bit of an awkward setup for sure, but hoping, that Clover Bell tech really comes in handy, as they will fire off the Lightning onto the Zacian. Zacian, yeah, going to be able to take that very nicely. This is going to let us fire off the Flare, going to get that boosted Solar Blade. Not sure how much it's going to do to the Kyogre, right? One thing we do have to also consider is the fact that, what's it called? We are weakening our, we also are on a Life Orb, so we're on a little bit of a timer. But I think at this position, right, we can fire off a big Solar Blade, hoping for a really, really good chunk of damage onto this Kyogre, as well as going for an Earth Power as well. And so one thing, yeah, we just got to see how much damage this is going to do. We're going to go for that Solar Blade. Feeling good about it. Feeling good that it should do enough. Perfect. Huge. Clover Bell's tech absolutely coming in handy, letting us get that clean one-shot onto the Kyogre. So definitely not a match that I expected to win. I'm going to be real honest. I don't know how we pulled it off. I'm glad that we did. So overall, just a really solid first battle. We really were able to pull ourselves out from that one. Huge shout out to my opponent for not bringing a Calyrex. But yeah, let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Zacian, Calyrex, Kyogre, Yveltal, a Ditto, and a Grimmsnarl. So a lot of different scary things here. I really like Grimmsnarl on the lead. I kind of like Grimmsnarl Zacian. I like Grimmsnarl Zacian. I want to bring Groudon for the weather. I could bring Volcanion again. I kind of want to bring Charizard just because I haven't used it. I think after missing my Heat Wave to lose a World Cup set, I am very against using Charizard. But you know what? We're gonna bring it. We're gonna see if I can redeem what happened. But I think that this probably is our best bet, right? It gives us a pretty wide variety of options in terms of what we can go for. I think the important part is going to be utilizing that Grimmsnarl, right? Being able to fire off things like Scary Face. I really prefer T-Wave. That's just a personal thing, but I guess it makes sense when you have a Trick Room mode. So we are going to see on lead, we're going to see a Calyrex Yveltal. That's huge for me, right? We can very easily set up a light screen and just try and get rid of this Calyrex more than anything. That's really the big threat in my mind. We do have to worry a little bit, right, about the foul play coming out from the Yveltal, but I am not super worried about it. I think we have good ways of dealing with it, right? One thing we can do is go for so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to set up a light screen for sure, and I'm going to go for a Behemoth Blade onto this Calyrex. It should be fairly obvious. The Protect could come out, but I don't think it's the end of the world, as we're going to see a straight Max. So the Max is fine with me. This looks like it's going to be the Yveltal. Probably going to try and set up something like a Max Darkness. Yeah, it is going to be that Yveltal. The Yveltal is, like I said, it's fine with me, especially because we are going to have that light screen up. If we can get rid of this Calyrex, that's all I really care about. If we see the Protect, that's going to be really unfortunate for us. As Perfect, no Protect going to come out here, letting us just put on a ton of immediate pressure onto this Calyrex, as we are going to see the Astral Barrage, which is going to be huge, right? Yeah, so going to do a fair, just no damage at all. So this really suggests to me that you are going to be Sash, as we will fire off a big Behemoth Blade, and we can even at this point, no, okay, I was going to say we can just go for the straight damage. We are going to see that Focus Sash, so we should see most likely an Airstream coming out from, the Airstream into probably the, into the Grimmsnarl. That looks like a critical hit, I'm guessing, just given how much damage it did. Either that or it's a Life Orb Yveltal, either of which is fine with me. I want to go for the Scary Face onto this Calyrex, as well as just go for the Behemoth Blade to get the knockout. I'm not super worried about this Yveltal once its max is over, as we will see Perfect no, what's it called? We're going to see no Protect. So that means we will be able to pick off this Calyrex unless they've gone for an Airstream again, which it looks like they didn't. So Grimmsnarl going to go down here. Not the biggest deal, because we still have access to 2 turns of our max. Hoping that this is not a blue screen of death. Perfect. We're going to see that Zacian animation getting rid of that Calyrex. So getting rid of a huge threat on my opponent's side of the field. And I think we're in a pretty good position overall. We do have a light screen up, so I can bring out Groudon here pretty safely. I feel good about having it out. We're gonna see the Ditto come out, so that you never like to see that. That's bad. That is really bad. That is going to be a +2 Ditto. So it really can just knock out whatever slot it wants. That's bad. Not the ideal, but I think we have to max. We have to basically double up into this Ditto and pray that we can knock it out. Yveltal, okay, Zacian should be able to survive a hit from the Yveltal. And maxing should let us survive as well. So I'm hoping as a result of what's it called? I'm hoping as a result of the max and the double up into the Ditto slot, we can get the knockout. We're assuming it's Choice Scarf given the fact that we saw the sash on the Calyrex, so we are not like in the worst position ever, especially if you darkness. Okay, if you no, that's so bad. Something is going to get knocked out here. We're gonna see the blade come out. Great animation into the Groudon. Groudon, huge survival there. Triggering the Citrus Berry, probably not going to matter that much. The issue, right, is like you're gonna, whatever you knock out is going to have to deal with this Yveltal, as we will see the darkness come out into the Zacian. So this is really big for us, as both Pokemon are going to survive. The issue, right, is we're going to waste a turn of our max because of the fact that we are going to be quaking into this, this Yveltal, which obviously is not going to do anything. The issue also is, right, like now my opponent has a ton of damage. They have the Airstream boost on this Yveltal, and we are not getting any damage on the board onto that Yveltal. So a pretty unfortunate position, right? They have a free switch into whatever they want. My only hope is, okay, what's my only hope? It is slower than Groudon. It's Kyogre. So there's no, yeah, we cannot win this. Okay, let's think about this. We sacrifice, we switch out Groudon. We sacrifice Charizard. Go for a Protect. That gives us a free switch into Groudon, sets the Sun. We survive the incoming Dark Foul Play from the Yveltal, which is not going to happen. That lets us Solar Blade the Kyogre for the knockout. God, I wish you were Volcanion. Charizard is a horrible Pokemon. I stand by it. We're gonna see a Tailwind. Okay, yeah. I mean, there's nothing we can do now, especially after the Tailwind, right? That's just gonna ensure, hey, you get a fast Water Spout. We cannot survive a double up, especially at -2 special defense, even with the Light Screen. So yeah, you know that is just the way the cookie crumbles. In gonna come Groudon, and Groudon we're just gonna run real quick. So definitely, you know, a little bit of an unfortunate second game. I gotta make sure to like stay in the frame. But yeah, we're just gonna, it's just the way it is. Not much to say, but you know, let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Ghastly, Yveltal, Zacian, Charizard, Whimsicott, and Groudon. So I've realized that Yveltal is a huge pain for this team. Let's do Grimmsnarl, Lunala, Zacian, and let's bring. There's a Ghastly in front of me. You know, I'm happy that people are experimenting in this format. I just did not expect to see a Ghastly on the ladder today, which I don't think is a shock. We're going to see a Whimsicott Charizard. Okay, so this is probably going to be Sunny Day, which is fine with me, right? I'm going to go for a Trick Room and a Light Screen to better deal with this incoming Charizard. Yeah, let's set up a Light Screen and just go for the Trick Room. We then have the ability to go for a Meteor Beam, as well as start putting on pressure onto this Whimsicott. So I think we're going to call the lead right, which, you know, is a good feeling, as we're going to see a straight max coming out from this Charizard. You know, not anything shocking here, right? Like, oh, who had expected the Charizard next to the Whimsicott to max? So yeah, we'll see that max here, and just kind of go from there. So let's see what happens. Like I said, I'm hoping to take not too much damage from the Whimsicott, as we will see, yeah, the expected Light Screen, I mean, not the Light Screen, the expected Sunny Day to come out, as we will set up a Light Screen and go for a Trick Room. And so the big fear, so there's a big fear, right? The big fear is we go for the Meteor Beam. They have, what's it called? Okay, so if they have Encore, like that's really bad, right? Okay, so it's gonna be Life Orb, so that's gonna let us set up the Trick Room pretty safely. The issue, right, is like Zacian is everything else I bought is fast. Charizard has taken a good chip. We will have our Shadow Shield broken. I do want to preserve my what's it called? I do want to try and preserve my I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to max yet, and I want to try and fire off the Meteor Beam. I'm going to play it risky because if this Whimsicott has Encore and they Encore my Lunala, I'm going to reverse my own Trick Room and be in bad shape. That is the words that I'm trying to say. We're going to see a Max Guard come out here. Totally fine with me, right? That's going to let me potentially max my Lunala the next turn because we still are going to get that special defense boost as we will fire off a big Heat Wave and we will see the Whimsicott going to get that Focus Sash. The big question, right, is this Whimsicott going for a reverse of the Trick Room, given the fact that it is, what's it called? Given the fact, you know, that it is not moved yet, I'm going to say it is going to have its own Trick Room, which, you know, a little bit unfortunate. We could have targeted it down. It would have been really great for us, as we will see, yeah, that Trick Room going to get reversed here. So what we can do now, Charizard has taken a lot. That is definitely the case. Okay, I feel confident in Volcanion living a hit. I'm gonna Max Guard, which seems silly. It objectively is very silly. Volcanion is definitely a much better max candidate here. But, you know, we'll kind of see how this works out. My thought process, right, is if we can get the knockout on the Whimsicott, we can kind of put on a lot of pressure in the endgame. And Lunala is still fairly healthy. And so I do expect, like, an attack into Perfect going into the Lunala. I'm hoping for a double up. As we will see Perfect, a Wildfire, huge for us, especially if we can get a knockout onto this Whimsicott, which we will. We're going to get a little bit more chip onto the Charizard, you know, which is great, right? We're dropping its health. And now we do have access to a boosted Max Rockfall or a boosted Max Phantasm if there's something like a Zacian that wants to come out. We do have to be a little bit wary of a potential Calyrex, right? Calyrex probably still going to be able to do a really significant chunk into us. But yeah, if it's anything else, I feel confident in our ability to do a ton of damage. Hoenn champion, so it is not a Calyrex. It is going to be a Groudon. So Groudon. The question now is, do we go for a Steam Eruption? Right, Steam Eruption is an option to try and burn the Groudon. I'm gonna go for it. I want to try and I want to get rid of the Groudon. I think we have good tools to deal with the Charizard. Right, we do have a Zacian in the back. As Blast Burn going to come out here, Lunala being able to use that light screen boost to survive, as we will fire off a Max Phantasm. So really good to know that we are going to be faster than this Groudon. Unfortunately, not enough for the knockout. So definitely a little bit unfortunate for us, but we will get the defense drop, which is going to be huge for a Zacian, as we know that there is going to be, oh yeah, we have to, oh god. Oh, I totally forgot that you could just press this blade. Volcanion, sad. Okay. So another short game. Okay, we have Zacian, right? Your Charizard cannot attack this turn. So I'm wondering. Okay, we saw no Citrus Berry, so that suggests to me that you're Assault Vest, right? And if that's the case, I'm going to Behemoth Blade onto this slot. We know that the Charizard cannot attack because of the fact that it went for Blast Burn. I really wish that, you know, I wish we had knocked out with +1, but looking at the damage, right, that probably suggests to me you are Assault Vest. What is our play here? I think we still lose. So we're gonna get the blade off. So the big question now is, what does my opponent have in the back? If it's Kyogre, that doesn't help us. I mean, I don't even know if they have Kyogre. I don't know. I think it's gonna probably be Zacian. So we're gonna see what happens here. No sunlight, so at least, I mean, we're still gonna get knocked out by a Blast Burn and a combination of whatever my opponent has, which is probably Zacian, right? I can't expect it to be anything else. It is going to be Yveltal. Okay. That doesn't make a difference because Yveltal can two-shot me with a foul play. So I'm just going to go for the Behemoth Blade onto this Charizard, right? I think that's probably our best bet. Yeah, because it has Blast Burn. They could protect in Tailwind, which, you know, would be unfortunate. They could have Heat Wave on the Yveltal, right? If they're Heat Wave Yveltal, right, in their Life Orb, we could survive. Okay, we're gonna see a Sucker Punch come out onto the Zacian, doing not as much as I would like. The Behemoth Blade, though, going to come out, should be enough to, yeah, KO this definitely going to be enough to KO the Charizard. And so the big question now is, what is the item on this Yveltal? And yeah, so it should, okay. So here's the conundrum, right? I'm gonna go for a Behemoth Blade. It did 58. So the question now, right? Okay, we're gonna see Protect. Protect is fine with me. We saw a Sucker Punch, Protect, Oblivion Wing, and probably Foul Play, right? That's my only thoughts on what this Yveltal has, especially because we did not see a Life Orb. And so the question now is, can we survive enough, or do we just get a knockout? I don't think we get a knockout. Yeah, they're gonna survive. 143. We're gonna see the Foul Play. We need to be at least 58. We are not. So, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna play Mind Games, right? We're gonna go for a Protect. They're gonna Foul Play. Oh, they're gonna Protect as well. I'm gonna go for another Protect. I'm gonna have you Sucker Punch, right? I need you to Sucker Punch me. Okay, perfect. I'm going to, this is like Mind Games out the wazoo. I'm gonna go for another Protect. We can try and stall out Sucker Punch. This is my only option. Let's see. It's going to be a Protect from them. I'm going to go for a Protect here. Oh, because they always win this. Duh. Yeah, there's actually... My hope is they PP stall out of their Sucker Punches, but they don't ever need to do that. All right, come on. Show me the... Okay, perfect. I'm gonna make a huge read. I'm gonna say you're gonna go for a Foul Play, assuming I'm gonna go for a Sucker Punch, which this was the wrong time to do it because of the fact... Okay. This is a horrible endgame, by the way. All right. Okay. I'm gonna say you're gonna go for another Protect, expecting me to Protect this turn. The ultimate mind game. No! Oh, they got it right. Ugh. I thought we were gonna win that mind game. We unfortunately do not. Overall, though, some really fun battles. I'm really glad we got to show off some of the Clover tech. Definitely make sure to check out Clover Bells if you haven't already. Also a reminder that Charizard is terrible and always to use Volcanion. We will be playing some more Series 13, so look forward to that. And with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.